It's the SEC on CBS. We're in Baton Rouge, Tiger Stadium, one of the great classic environments for college football on a Saturday. The visitors today, the Gators from Gainesville. It's Florida coming into town to face an extremely hostile crowd. There'll be 92,000 plus filling this stadium as we get set for kickoff. It's the Home Depot SEC on CBS. Florida visiting LSU this afternoon. Let's take a look at the standings. First in the West, where Alabama still in control of everything. LSU has one defeat, as do Auburn and Texas A&M. Now, most significantly, in the East, Missouri is on the verge of knocking off Georgia. That's 10 seconds to go, 41-26. That game has a direct impact on this game here in Death Valley. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Vern Lundquist, along with Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson. That Missouri win over Georgia means that Florida controls their own destiny. They play here today. They go to Missouri next week. And one of the great stories early in this season or midway through is the emergence of Tyler Murphy as the Florida quarterback. He replaced an injured Jeff Driscoll first quarter of the game against Tennessee. For more, let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Such an amazing story. Tyler Murphy was a two-star recruit out of Connecticut. He received very few offers from D1 schools to play quarterback. He committed early to Temple, but then Florida came in and offered him late. That was 3 years ago. Since then, 5 other quarterbacks have taken snaps ahead of him. He thought of transferring. He thought of switching positions, but he stayed with that perseverance and that patience, and it has finally paid off. But, guys, this will be his biggest test yet as he has to deal with these fans here at LSU.
All right, Gary Danielson, one of the things we noticed about Tyler Murphy in that Tennessee game, remarkable poise, and it's only gotten better for Florida since.
No doubt, Vern. I mean, what could have been a catastrophe for Florida with Tyler Murphy's emergence, it's turned into a strength for this football team, and it's not just on the field, but when you watch this guy do it, he does it in so many different ways. He's under control, but he makes plays with his feet, extremely accurate passer, ability to throw the ball in traffic, but this right here, getting out of the pocket and extending plays is something that Tyler Murphy has brought to the offense. The players love him, the fans love him, but he's got to play here today now.
And the LSU quarterback has taken a tortured journey to get to this spot, but boy, is he putting together some kind of senior season. Zach Mettenberger.
He really has. I mean, he's playing his way into being evaluated as maybe the top quarterback prospect for the National Football League. He believes he can throw the ball anywhere at any time into any defense. And it is going to be a big challenge for this good Florida defense to stop him and his unbelievable receivers.
Well, as you watch this game, put your eyeballs on 4 of the better athletes in college football. The wide receivers for LSU, the cornerbacks for Florida.
Well, no use trying to pretend and come up with some fancy matchup. It's staring us right in the face. Odell Beckham right there, NFL style, goes up and gets plays all the time. Jarvis Landry, his partner for LSU, that makes it easy for Zach Mettenberger. But for Florida, they've got 2 guys that want to measure up against the best. Young Vernon Hargraves has exploded onto the scene. Athletic. And, of course, maybe the #1 corner coming into this football season. Luches Purifoy, he can make the plays and bump and run. And, of course, like he did against Arkansas, he can score when he gets the football. Vern, this is one of the best matchups a football fan can enjoy.
Well, tailgating is a great tradition here. How about roasted gator on a spit? Back with a kick after this. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Nissan, Sonic, New York Life Insurance Company, and by Bud Light. at Tigers Stadium. 92,000 plus will be seated or standing when this game gets underway. Florida against LSU. Florida won the toss and deferred, so LSU will get the football to open the game. Temperature in the lower 80s, 64%. No chance of rain for the duration of the day. So we're going to see the second-ranked defense in the country as Florida goes up against LSU. This is the 60th all-time meeting. And Florida has won 16 and lost only 14 here. 5-5 in the last 10. And both teams ranked in the last 10 meetings. Last Florida visit here, 41-11 LSU victory. Last trip to Gainesville, 14-6 Florida victory. Austin Harden will do the kickoff chores. And Odell Beckham Jr., speedster, told us yesterday, I love returning kickoffs. And you said,
stay healthy, my friend.
Here's Harden. About 4 yards in, Odell Beckham Jr. will bring it out. Tackled just short. And here comes Zach Mettenberger, just a brilliant senior season. 68%, over 1,700 yards. And look at that ratio, touchdowns to interceptions. We had a really good chat with him yesterday.
Yes.
And he said Cam Cameron, the new offensive coordinator, has been everything I've hoped for, and he gives Cameron a lot of credit.
All of us quarterbacks dream for guys like that to come in and help you play quarterback.
Jeremy Hill is the running back. Connor Neighbors is the opening fullback, number 43. Backs in the eye. It'll be Hill following Neighbors. He's got room. Big gain out across the 35.
Vern, one of the emerging stories of this football game is what happened last year as you saw Neighbors get the block there to lead the run. LSU could not run the ball a year ago, and if you look at teams, when you're able to run against Florida, you can move the ball. That'll be the story of this football game as well as the passing game, of course.
That was a gain of 16. Gators giving up only 65 yards per game on the ground. Hill going left on this play. And Jabari Gorman, number 21, was the first to make contact. And time now for the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. First of all, the LSU offense. It's Collins, Alexander, Porter, Turner, and Hawkins. J.C. Copeland listed as the starter. And there's Jeremy Hill. Out around the side, it's Jarvis Landry as they go quickly.
When you play off the receivers, even though that was a running play called, Zach Mettenberger always has the opportunity to stand up and throw it to one of those guys. I think they're going to force Florida to move up and take away the quick pass to the wideouts.
Kenny Hilliard is the running back now, and Copeland is on as the fullback. Two wides to the top of the screen. Hilliard bursts through a gap and drives inside the 40, and we'll introduce you now to the Florida Gator defense. Bullard, or he's in the spot Dominic Easley had. Damian Jacobs replaces him, Easley that is. And then you've got Dante Fowler, and again they go quickly.
We talked about the obvious matchup of the corners handling the receivers, but remember this about Florida's secondary. Every player in their secondary once started out as a corner. You look at their safeties. They played corner before. Can they stand up to the physical football game? Can the safeties in this game handle the run physical game of LSU? Another storyline. 4
down, backs in the eye again. Hilliard still on the field. Gets it, follows Copeland, and this time nothing doing as Cody Riggs, number 31.
And Cody Riggs says, I'm not afraid to tackle. That's one of those guys. Riggs and Jalen Watkins originally started their career in Florida as corners. They have to prove they're willing to come up and tackle. Last year in this football game, Matt Elam put on a show as a safety.
That's a loss of 2, second down. Jarvis Landry is in the slot. Cody Riggs will defending number 31. Riggs peering inside at the quarterback. He's got Landry. Sidearm throw, and the catch is made, but the tackle almost immediately.
Was that ball fumbled?
Dante Fowler Jr. And they're saying incomplete.
Yes, they're going to call it incomplete.
Ronald Powell, oft-injured player who's having a solid season. They're down 12. Well, this season, LSU has excelled at third downs, but we don't have specific stats on 3rd and 12. That's a problem.
You know me, I always keep my mouth shut on these, especially after I was burned on 3rd and 22 against Georgia.
Yeah, that would have.
Sit back and watch.
Mettenberger to Beckham on that play. Oh, movement on the right. Mettenberger down the middle. Incomplete. He was wide open. Cadron Boone.
Yeah, he missed him. Had an easy throw. A little bit of motion right here. I believe this is how it happened like that. I think it came from the outside in. They switch off with Florida. Bump. Gets inside. Marcus Roberson has the coverage, and not very good coverage, was it? Had him wide open.
Matt Austin is the referee.
We have a dead ball, personal foul, 56 of the offense, unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty, 4th down.
That's Trey Turner.
Trey Turner was upset on the screen pass on the play before. He was shoving one of the Florida players, and he couldn't even control it into the next one. This penalty basically doesn't mean much. I think LSU was going to punt anyway.
Marcus Roberson will be the deep man, and Jamie Keene is the punter. And here's Roberson, who has missed the last 3 games with a knee injury. So Florida welcomes him back. Takes it at the 14, immediately dropped.
Amazing. You missed 3 games and they got you out there feeling the punt.
I take it from the tone that you don't like that decision.
Well, no, he caught it. I mean, that's a positive.
There is a flag on the play. And the flag thrown way back at the 26-yard line.
Well, you got to believe with that field position, if it's against LSU, will force them to punt again. Maybe, I guess he could march it off from there. He does have the ball.
That's a towel at 26. I'm sorry.
Illegal formation on the kicking team. Number 23 was not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat.
Yeah, he's going to force him to punt again. You know, this is one of the big differences in this Florida team. You know, we've covered them for a long time, Vern, for years. Florida won games with their special teams. This year, it's been a bit of a liability for them. Not only are they not winning games, they're almost close to having it cause them to lose football games. Mm-hmm. The punt game isn't as good, the field goal game isn't good, and they don't have the return game that they used to have.
Now Roberson moves up to the 10-yard line.
Let's see the effect of this. Remember, they had the ball on, what, the 11 or 12-yard line?
Exactly.
See what it actually ends up costing LSU.
Jamie Keene, number 38.
Nothing.
Nope. And again, second time in as many plays, it's the running back Alfred Blue who leads the surge downfield.
Amazing coverage. This was not a sky-high punt, was it, Vern? I mean, it wasn't that high. Roberson catches it, doesn't get a fair catch, and Alfred Blue says, I want in the game. I'll do what I have to do.
We welcome you back to Tiger Stadium, Baton Rouge. The Florida Gators in this hostile environment getting the ball for the first time, and that means the most significant start in the early stages of Tyler Murphy's career as a starter. And
real interesting as we watch Murphy go on the field, what will be the strategy and the play calls for Peace and Muschamp to get Murphy comfortable in the football game? Will they try to establish the run or try to get him a quick couple easy throws?
Hugh Joyer and Matt Jones are behind him. Tight end Clay Burton starts in motion. It's a toss. Here comes Matt Jones. There's a flying attempt at a tackle. Not good. And Craig Lawston, number 6. Got him. Let's check the Chick-fil-A starting lineups for the Gators. It's Humphreys, Garcia, Harrison, Jalapeno, and Moore up front. Joyer and Jones in the backfield. Solomon Patton, one of the wideouts, has really emerged and drawn the praise of the coaching staff. He had 6 catches last week. This is Patton coming across the backfield. Play action, big rush, pass complete. Solomon Patton. Nice gain out to the 26.
Well, how about that? A little bit of everything in the first 2 calls. Not only do they get the running game established, they allow Murphy to make an easy throw, and they get it to their playmaker at wide receiver. It's a very simple throw to try early in that football game, and one executor, Rasco, was right on him.
That's Jamarie Rasco, number 59. But it's a first down 10.
They got the extra linemen in there now. There's 8 linemen in the football game.
Jones going right side, and a fine gain. Defensively now for LSU, it's a young defense, and they have been susceptible to big plays. Rasco, Johnson, Ferguson, Daniil Hunter, Quan Alexander Hunter. John Tavis yesterday telling us he's got a great future in the D-line for LSU. Second down and 4. Joyer leads the way. Jones weaves behind him and is out across the 36. Daniil Hunter makes the tackle. Will Muschamp, in his 3rd season as the head coach at Florida, of course, served here as the defensive coordinator with Nick Saban. They went to a national championship, and the man who succeeded Nick Saban, Les Miles, amazingly, I think, now in his 9th year here, and he has won 90 games, 53-7 at home. 3rd and 1. Mac Brown comes in the lineup. He's the running back behind Joyer. Up the middle, Brown first down at the 39 for the Gators. DJ Welter with the tackle.
Johnson. Welter on the stop for the Tigers.
Well, Florida starts out this game the way they ended up last year's game, when after it got to be 7-6 following that fumble by Beckham, they ran the ball the rest of the game. They're still proving they can run the ball against this LSU defense.
3 wides to the left side. This is DeMarcus Robinson, number 11, who breaks that bunch. Murphy with time. Almost picked off. Wow. Lamine Barrow, number 18.
Well, that was a lack of communication between the quarterback and the receiver. Running back, well, see that? Right away, he ran away. Robinson right away from the play. He ran away from it. That's a young, talented freshman that was not on the same page as his quarterback, and it was nearly disaster.
Second down 10. Mac Brown is split wide to the left side this time. They're 5 out. Empty backfield for Tyler Murphy. 4-man rush for LSU. Murphy a lot of time. Beautiful to Trey Burton. Boy, you got great blocking by that front 5.
Vern, what are the long-time defensive coordinators in this league as you watch the throw over the middle? John Chavis, this is his 24th consecutive year facing Florida. He's far left there, kind of leaning forward. I think that's John right there.
Yep, you had him. And we left him.
19 years at Tennessee, 4 here at LSU. His record, 7-16.
Nice little move to the outside. That's Mac Brown. They'll alternate the two backs, Matt Jones and Mac Brown.
Just to be fair to John, he's 2-2 at LSU. I don't know if that's being fair. Tennessee, a pretty good team. And he broke into the league against Florida in 1995. And when they didn't do the hurry-up, Florida, they didn't do the shotgun, 62-37, Florida won the first game.
Oh, goodness. John Chavis was a great player at Tennessee, too, in the 70s. Chief, 2nd down and 2. Play action, Murphy.
Oh, wide open. Oh,
But look at that. Shovels it. He got it. How about that presence of mind?
well, that's exactly what Tyler Murphy's bringing to the play. 2 chances on 1 play. Trey Burton was wide open on the play. Right in here, watch us. Right into this zone. The receivers open up a wide open potential big play. Trey Burton slides out. Nobody covers him. It's going to be a 40-yard play, but the rush gets him out of there, and he continues a sack into a positive play.
That near sack at the hands of Quentin Thomas, number 95. Now 3rd down 1 again.
Interesting formation, spread out on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah. Mac Brown is the running back. There's the read option to the left, and Brown picks up the 1st down for the Gators. Lamine Barrow makes the tackle. Well, all of us wishing Jeff Driscoll well. He broke his leg in the first quarter of that game against Tennessee, and Murphy has come on and really played well. 9 of 9 in the red zone, 7 total touchdowns, 1 interception. Matt Jones is back now. Handed off to Matt Jones.
Just to kind of amplify it, and we understand there was some different talent that Tyler was facing. I mean, you know, Kentucky, Arkansas, Tennessee.
Right.
Not saying that Jeff couldn't have done the same. We're trying to be fair to everybody here. But since Tyler Murphy has taken over this quarterback position, and remember, he's in the midst of a drive now that started on his own 13. He's led 6 drives of plus 75 yards for a touchdown. So he's doing it again.
And this time in front of the most significantly hostile audience he might face all year. Matt Jones, the running back, 2nd and 7. There's the other dimension. Well, Driscoll does that as well. Tyler Murphy. These are the offenses, or the defenses, I beg your pardon. Tennessee 14th, Kentucky 13th, Arkansas 12th.
Yeah. You know, in front of him, though, he's got this LSU defense. He's still got, you know, now, you know, he's got to go to Mississippi, Ole Miss, excuse me.
Yeah.
Missouri next week.
Yes.
South Carolina and Georgia. So he's got the big guys coming in front of him.
3rd and 3. I don't know.
Yeah, and now here's where Will Muschamp has to decide with his kicking issues. Does he go for this? You know, if you got a sure 3 points, you might take it. But with the issues they've had, I think he's going to go for this.
What they do not have is Drew Oliphant.
Well, they put the kicker right in, didn't they?
It's going to be Austin Hardin, who had one blocked last week. For the season, he's 4 of 8. And they left Brad Phillips at home. He missed an extra point last week. So it's Velez. Frankie Velez, number 95. His first field goal attempt ever at Florida. And it's good.
That's why you get paid a lot of money to make those big decisions. A stop eventually by LSU. They're happy on their sideline, but Florida takes the opening drive and puts points on the board.
Here's Velez, a redshirt junior. They left Brad Phillips at home. And Velez, first attempt ever for the Gators, puts Florida on top by 3. Well, the Red redshirt junior Tyler Murphy leads the Gators 60 yards in 14 plays. They chewed 7 minutes and 27 seconds off the clock. 44-yard field goal. And Murphy, by the way, one of the fellows there he is, Chris Leak. Great quarterback. He's now a graduate assistant. He played in Canada and the Arena Ball. He's a GA. His family lives in Orlando, so he's up in Gainesville during the week. Just a wonderful kid.
Yeah, and he's got something to bring to the table because he has good feelings about playing here in his start as a Florida Gator.
Absolutely.
Let's remember, though, Les, as a coach, he is 20-1 after he's lost the game. He hasn't lost back-to-back games since 2008. So he knows how to get his team ready. Let's see what he does to counter that drive.
Odell Beckham at the goal line. Out to the 30. See more of today's game with the All-22 camera angle exclusively on CBSSports.com. Watch all the action live now at CBSSports.com/SEC. Mettenberger back on. Second possession for LSU. Hill and Hilliard in the backfield. Kenny Hilliard, the short man. Not physically, I mean in the formation. Here's Hilliard. Not a bad first down gain. Dante Fowler Jr. made the tackle. In the absence of Dominic Easley, this guy, Gary, has really come on strong.
He really has, and he's got a lot of these snaps, and so has Darius Cummings has gotten more snaps because without having Easley in the football game. Hard to watch Florida without Easley, though. He just drew your eyes all the time.
Same formation. Play action. Mettenberger into the flat, caught by Hilliard, and a nice open field tackle is made by Michael Taylor, number 51. Third down. 5.
You gotta believe those receivers, and Zach Mettenberger right now is itching to throw the ball, itching to show what they can do. Remember, this guy and these receivers believe they can throw the ball into any coverage and complete it.
Now you've got in the slot Jarvis Landry, and the true freshman Hargraves comes up, play a little bump and run. Morrison goes out wide to the left. Comes the rush. Back, and it's caught on the left side. Terrence McGee. Gain of 17.
So you go to the ISO against the linebacker, and to your running back, you throw a back shoulder throw. Welcome to football 2013.
That's right. Oh. First down 10. Play action again. Mettenberger, a lot of time. Pressure finally comes from the backside. Here's Beckham to the 23-yard line.
And on top of that, there's going to be roughing the passer on top of this. Washburn, the route by Beckham. A stutter, a double move, and a great throw. That's how you run a route against bump and run. Great coverage. As he lets it go, he gets hit late from behind. Was it Cummings?
Yes, it was. Darius Cummings, boy, there's no question about that.
Yep. And remember, it was Darius Cummings that did all the talking this week about no way LSU is going to put up those kind of points against our defense.
Well, after the penalty is marked off, just outside, well, it's right.
They have an opportunity to get a first down.
Yep. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
We work as a team.
And we have for 8 years now. Jeremy Hill, and let's take a look at the Verizon Red Zone stats for the Tigers. Those are gaudy numbers. right side. Copeland leads the way for Jeremy Hill. We got a little extracurricular shoving match.
Well, this is a bit reminiscent when LSU at the end of the half last year had it 1st and goal from the 7 and couldn't punch it in. Again, that Florida defense stops the run cold, and then I guess it was Kitchens at the end of that play doing a little pushing against Logan Stokes.
Now then, 3rd and 7, and in the slot again it's Landry, and again it's Hargraves. 3 down, 5 coming, backside into the end zone, incomplete, flag. They got Cody Riggs, number 31. Beckham, the intended receiver.
See, both sides like this matchup. For LSU, they like Beckham on what they say is a safety. Oh, and that's interference. That's not even close. Riggs should
Pass interference.
If he got that one reversed, he'd be so lucky.
To the 2-yard line, automatic first down.
But Florida likes the matchup because Riggs is the next corner. That gives you the flexibility that they have with corners playing safety, but you still go to your guy and throw the ball and see if you can come up with it.
First down goal, LSU trailing by 3 in the final minute of the first quarter.
Great drive here by LSU to answer that long drive by Florida.
Now Copeland goes back in the fullback spot. Logan Stokes is in the wing to the right. The handoff for Copeland driving. That's his 8th carry of the year, and he's only averaging 1 yard. They try to mix up this Florida defense and do not do so.
I should say they ran that play 4 times on Thursday, and it worked every time in practice.
Wow.
This is a natural play-action pass. Remember, they struggled against Florida in the goal line situation, running it. Will they go play-action pass here, or will they stuff it inside again?
It's still a tight formation on 2nd down. Stokes now moves over to the right. Copeland in the backfield. They hand it off to Hill, drives.
He did not make it.
He did not break the plane. It'll be 3rd down. That was Michael Taylor, number 51, first man there.
Yeah, Taylor got into the backfield, and then it was cleaned up inside. I think Damian Jacobs was the guy that got off his block and finished off the tackle.
Well, there's going to be a long trek to the other end of the field. That's the end of the quarter. Gators lead 3-0. We'll return to Baton Rouge after this message and a word from your local station. We begin the start of the second full house at Tiger Stadium, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson, and our entire SEC on CBS crew here.
Hey, and I got to believe Les is going to run. He's going for it on 4th down if he doesn't make it. Of course, if he loses the yardage, I'll change it, but I think he's got his 4th down in mind.
All righty. They give it to the fullback. Helmet comes off. Did he cross the plane? Yes, he did. Damian Jacobs is the fellow who lost the helmet. Logan Stokes showing some enthusiasm after everything is complete. Now he'll do a little jawboning.
3rd and 6 inches. I thought the right guard moved early on that play. Trey Turner, number 56. It was not seen on the field, and he crossed the plane. Not by much, though, did he?
No. Well, on his 9th carry of the season, J.C. Copeland scores his 3rd touchdown.
I have not seen anything that could be overturned, but I'm sure they're going to take a look at it. And I think it's good that you do take a look at it because it would be 4th down and force a decision. I really thought Trey Turner, number 56, moved. He did. He flinched.
Well, Now see what we can see from this angle.
Can't see anything.
Can't see anything.
Boy, I'll tell you.
I don't think there's going to be anything to overturn.
No, but I mean, you could make the argument, though, if it wasn't called a touchdown, they wouldn't call it upstairs a touchdown.
Right. All right.
Dylan Gordon, number 85, is in the way on the play. I mean, they needed 6 inches, and they didn't get much more than 6 inches.
Now let's take yet one more angle. There's Matt Austin, the referee, and he has indicated that there's not going to be a change. Touchdown. That's going to bring on Colby Delahousse for the extra point. Seth Frugier will hold number 48. And the Tigers have taken the lead. A very fine drive engineered by Zach Mettenberger. And they get the touchdown from 6 inches away. J.C. Copeland.
And I think just as important for both coaches, especially Les Miles, LSU ran the ball for 95 yards basically in that first quarter. That's the way that man likes to do it, and that man doesn't.
This one, let's get back to Vern, Gary, and Tracy in Baton Rouge.
All right, Tim, thank you. It's 7-3 here. And after the touchdown, we didn't see this as it happened live. Watch Mettenberger. That's Dante Fowler Jr., a little helmet-to-helmet conversation, and then, hey.
He's taller than the guy. He almost weighs more than Dante Fowler started it, and as a quarterback, you can't not continue it. You got it. Nothing can really happen, you know. You shove them, everybody comes to your rescue.
Hairston will kick off. Solomon Patton, number 83, is the deep man.
And during that break, Will Muschamp continued to argue, and you know it was the fact that he thought the right guard moved on the play, and he wondered why the penalty wasn't called. How could you not see that?
Well, our conversation here continued.
Yep.
And we concur with Will Muschamp. Here's the kick. Oh, no. So, well, I don't know where to begin with this, Gary. Talk about Mettenberger leading the back or the play of Tyler Murphy early on.
Well, I think both quarterbacks have established that they're not going to let this crowd or the bigness of this football game affect them. They're both going to get their A game in this football game, and I think both defenses are going to have to play sharp defense. I think the biggest part of the game for LSU is the mental breakdowns that they've had against Georgia, first half against Mississippi State. Can they solve that? And then we'll see if they can cover them.
Well, their defense is back on the field. Both John Chavis and Les Miles telling us yesterday they thought in the win over Mississippi State last week, they played LSU defense in the second half. Kelvin Taylor, the highly touted freshman running back, has not carried the ball in the last 2 games. He does on 1st and 10, and he gets it out to the 27. And let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, the reason why is because Matt Jones is on the sideline right now. No helmet, a sleeve on that left knee. They were taking a look at it, and just remember, Florida does not give out any injury information, but right now it looks like he remains on the sidelines, guys.
Matt Jones suffered a viral infection at the beginning of training camp, was held out of the first game, and was ineffective in the second. Gradually, he's regained his health. But he lost a lot of weight during that viral infection time. 2nd down 9. Murphy back again. Good protection. And he'll tuck it and run. He's short of the 35. It'll be 3rd down coming up. Tre'Davious White one of two freshman corners, true freshmen who get a lot of playing time.
Yeah, we saw Tre'Davious White in the Georgia football game. He got beat early by Chris Connolly, kind of benched him in that football game, but he had another opportunity to get back on the football field. And, you know, it was just a lot of mistakes. Big part of this game is the communication of the secondary. Remember, at home games, it's the defense that can't hear, as well as the offense, obviously, for Florida.
Taylor still the running back. 3rd and 2.
Well, stopped. Penetration.
Yep, 4th down. Daniil Hunter, number 94.
Vern, tell you something you will not believe. LSU, as you watch this tackle for a loss, came into this football game 110th in the country in tackles for a loss. Now, we've been watching LSU football for a long time. That was how they made a living. Tackles for a loss. Finally, they got one.
Yes, they did. It certainly takes the pressure off the secondary, doesn't it?
And now, danger situation for Florida already in this game with Beckham back there.
Kyle Christie punts it.
Not a great one again.
No, he's having a bad year, averaging only 38.6. And this is a guy that we made player of the game in Gainesville last year when he had 4 punts in excess of 50 yards. So LSU gets it back, trailing or leading 7-3. Tomorrow is an NFL Today road trip. Boomer Esiason and Bill Cowher and Shannon Sharp leave the studio and enter the announce booth as analysts covering one of their former teams, while JB and Dan Marino man the controls in New York. The guys hit the road tomorrow for an NFL Today road trip presented by Southwest Airlines.
I want one of those drawings for me. They look good in those drawings.
Yeah, they do. They look better than they do in person.
They look manly man type stuff, you know?
I'm going to be interested in that, see how the three of them react to a 3.5-hour high wire act.
I think they can do it.
I think so. First down 10. Jeremy Hill is the deep back. The toss, and Hill is tripped up as he goes through the line of scrimmage.
You know, without Dominic Easley, Will Muschamp has said we have to replace his emotion. Yes, he's a great football player, but he also gave us emotion on the field. And he said, my assistant coaches, there's DJ Durkin, the defensive coordinator, all of them have to step up and provide that emotion that Easley brought to the Gators.
Nearing the 12-minute mark, second quarter. High formation again. This is Hill. Breaks the first tackle and moves that ball out near the 40.
This is a very interesting game plan by Cam Cameron and Les Miles. Okay, they saw that Arkansas ran the ball for 80 yards in the first quarter against Florida last week. And then they got 30 the rest of the game. I think LSU challenged his team. Les Miles challenged his team and said, they out-toughed us last year. We're not going to let that happen in our stadium.
7-3. They will bring the chain out, and it'll be short. A couple of links. Les Miles. Interesting, we talked with both Les and Cam Cameron yesterday, and they were on the coaching staff at Michigan together. Cameron was in Les and Kathy Miles' wedding. And Cam Cameron said about Les Miles, first, he's a tough human being with a great sense of humor. Second, he's a great recruiter. And the third thing you should know about him is that he's second in his household in every category. That Kathy, his wife, who was an athlete and a coach.
There it is again.
That does him. There's Hill. Yes, you're right.
Last year, he told his team, Florida ran it right down our throats. Let's see if we can run it right down their throat. Do remember, after that power, they always going to fake it. They'll get one-on-one. 8 men in the box right now. One-on-one on the outside.
On first down, it's Alfred Blue getting his first action. Mettenberger drills it right side. Oh, what a catch! Jarvis Landry. They have great confidence in their ability.
Took it right away from him.
Yes, he did.
Vernon Hargraves had great coverage, but Landry took it right away from Hargroves. Great job by Hargraves, and Landry out-muscles him for it.
Now both receivers.
Oh, he dropped the ball.
Wow.
Turnover. Was it tipped out of his hand by Orr?
Leon Orr recovered it.
Did he get a hand on it before it happened? I think Zach is saying that it should be an incomplete pass. Does it get tipped? I couldn't tell on that one. It looked like he just dropped it.
I think he was just coming up.
Just dropped it.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He did. And I know he did an old Terry Bradshaw. Remember Terry used to have trouble with that? He has a quick delivery.
He's just going to love the fact that you brought it up. Turnover. Timeout. It's Super Social Saturday today on CBS Sports. Use the hashtag CBS Super Social to join the conversation all day, and Tracy will be tweeting during the game. So follow her to get more info from today's game here in Baton Rouge. Something right up my alley. First down, 10.
Let's see if Florida can get Trey Burton involved in this football game.
On the no.
He kept it.
Murphy kept it. I went for the fake. Well, I think most would call Missouri's win in Athens an upset, despite the fact that Georgia playing without so many playmakers in that game. But Missouri goes to 6-0 in the year.
And how about this? The next 2 weeks, Missouri will host Florida, then South Carolina. So I don't think it's been said many times in the SEC. The road to the SEC championship goes through Columbia, Missouri.
Certainly not before last year. Batted down. Daniil Hunter, number 94. Chavis was almost effusive in his praise for Hunter, this young man who's a sophomore out of Katy, Texas, in the Houston area.
Yeah, obviously was that screen pass. That's where you depend on those 6'5" defensive linemen to help you out.
3rd and 9.
Can the front pass rush, the front four, put pressure on Murphy? Remember, that was a huge story in the Georgia game.
There's the pressure. There's the sack. Micah Eugene.
And the Chief brought pressure. He goes, I'm tired of sitting back there and watching guys dink and dunk down the field. That was a 6-man rush. And Eugene, who plays a safety, was lined up as a linebacker. Should have been accounted for. He wasn't. And he makes the sack.
Kyle Christie is on to punt. This Florida punt return coverage team has been excellent this year, allowing -1 yard average on one return. But Christie has had his problems. This one, fair catch, taken.
Wow.
That's a 43-yard punt.
I didn't think we'd see one of those from Becca.
No. Time call. CBS Sports coverage of the Home Depot SEC continues after this word from your local station. Well, in his senior year, Zach Mettenberger putting together one of the great seasons in LSU history. You can see that he's on pace for 3770 in yardage. It's time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success.
Well, Vern, Cam Cameron said the job of the quarterback is the ball has to go where the play demands it. On this one, it was to the outside. When the ball is supposed to be thrown and with the proper style. He did it all in these 2 plays. That one needed a gun. The last one needed a touch. He's got the total package right now.
Got the size, and he's got a self-deprecating sense of humor. He said about his season last year, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Well, I'm 6'4", and I run a 5'2".
Right.
And I get caught a lot. Jeremy Hill, the running back.
Let's see what the message continues to be for this Les Miles, Cam Cameron offense.
Well, I think we've seen this before, right? One of the players for Florida has been injured. Let's go down to Tracy.
That's right. We talked about the loss of Dominic Easley. Now, no Damian Jacobs right now for Florida. He lost his helmet on that touchdown drive and got kicked in the head. He stumbled to the bench, and he is now in the locker room. Athletic trainers so cautious right now with possible concussions. We'll see if he's able to return.
You know, Trace, when that happened, I thought he got hit right in the jaw with that helmet.
2nd down 9. Draw play. And again, a broken tackle, a little spin move. And Jeremy Hill with yet another carry.
A young offensive line, giving up a few sacks in the last few games, but they want to settle down and run the ball. You know, without Easley in the game, might be another reason why LSU has said, let's see if the new guys are as good as Easley. And of course they're not. That would be impossible.
3rd down and 2 for LSU this season. They have been outstanding. Look at the record last year in Gainesville, 1 of 13. Timeout.
They got to. They had 2 men in motion. Great play by Zach Mettenberger right there. If he'd have snapped that ball, they would have got a penalty.
So that is the first LSU timeout used with 8:04 to go in the first half.
Gary.
Well, Tim, this is what is known in our trade as synchronicity. Let's introduce the Duck. Aflac trivia question. Baylor has scored 70 or more points in 3 straight games. What is the only major college to score 70-plus points in 4 straight? This is a good one.
It's a good one.
3rd down 2. Terrence McGee is the running back now. Mettenberger will go out of the spread with McGee alongside. Landry is the slot receiver again. Hargraves defending him. They go deep. Oh, boy.
That's interference. That's interference.
On Marcus Roberson, and Traven Doral was the intended receiver, number 83.
Vern, one of the things that I thought was going to be important in this game is how the officials called the physical play of the Florida corners. They're making it too easy on the officials.
Sure.
You know, you can bump them and you can joust them on the line of scrimmage, but you can't grab them. You see Purify say, you can't do that. That's too easy. And every grandmother in the stands threw their flag on that one.
Really? They were Hankies.
Hey, Hanky, that's right.
There's Purify.
Purify very upset with how Roberson, his lack of patience and discipline on his coverage.
Anthony Jennings is in at quarterback now.
Watch the double pass.
Oh, there's
double pass. Great play.
Nobody open. And he throws it away. How about that?
Yeah, you can see this one covered.
So that's why you go to practice.
Yes. Nice play by Dante Fowler that time. Number 6 stayed home with Jennings. Double pass back. LSU was ready for the gimmick. Flag down on the field. You wonder if as the ball crossed the line of scrimmage, was there players downfield? If the ball crossed the line of scrimmage, it would be player downfield. Yes.
98 offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
See, the linemen were going downfield because they thought it was going to be a screen pass. But when Zach was covered, he tried to throw it and lead him, and that caused the breakdown. The Mad Hatter doesn't pull it off.
And that will go as a lateral.
No, that's a pass.
A pass.
A lateral one way and a pass back, yes.
Yeah, well, I understand.
First half was a lateral,
I'm just
back
trying
half.
You got it. The breadth of my knowledge of this game.
That was perfect.
Thank you.
It worked in practice.
My day is complete now. You understand that?
You got it.
I've gotten your seal of approval.
And it was a play they thought they could score on.
Yeah. So Alfred Blue is now the running back, and Mettenberger under center. Here's the toss on 1st and 15, and nothing doing. Michael Taylor. Well, a moment ago, Tracy gave you the report on Damian Jacobs. And during the timeout, good news for Gator fans. He trots back on the field. And, Gary, you notice he's holding his helmet.
Yeah, when they're holding their helmet, they have a chance to get back on the field because they would take his helmet away if he wasn't allowed back on.
Second down, shoot.
Just another point on Florida's defense with that takeaway, or you could call it a giveaway by Mettenberger. That's 17 straight games Florida has produced a turnover on defense.
Pretty good. 2nd and 17 at the 42 of Florida. 4-man rush. Mettenberger, a lot of time. And it's dropped. Is it completed?
Yes,
that
it
is
was.
A fumble.
Yes, it was. And now it's out of bounds. It'll be LSU ball. The lineman threw his beanbag, but the back judge called it incomplete.
It was Roberson again, the cornerback who has missed 3 games, and Jarvis Landry ruled incomplete.
The beanbag should come into the picture here. See if you can see this beanbag thrown on the field. When the beanbag goes out, that's signifying a fumbled play. The officials work together and say, no, I got a better look at it. That ball was never caught.
And it appears Vernon Hargraves is injured on the play. 5-star recruit, just a terrific defender in his freshman season.
Did not see what happened to him.
Nope. Look at the bottom of the screen, Gary.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to dive on that football. I wonder if he landed on it. I wonder if he had the wind knocked out of him as the football, either the wind knocked out of him or a little lower.
Hargraves makes his way to the bench. His time is called.
Missouri's upset of Georgia today. Henry Josie takes it in to close down the Dogs, but it might have been costly. James Franklin with an injured shoulder. Now back to Florida, LSU.
All right, Tim, thank you. Start your Monday night with a great new hour of comedy. How I Met Your Mother and 2 Broke Girls at its new time, followed by a special Big Bang Theory, Monday beginning at 8, 7 Central, and 7 in the time zone the country forgets. That would be the Mountain time zone, only CBS. 3rd down, 17. Brian Poole has replaced Hargraves, and he is now playing back from Jarvis Landry. Here's Mettenberger. Wow. Odell Beckham Jr.
Florida got out of their man-to-man press because of the interference and tried to play combo this time. Outside-in defense. Purifoy had the outside. The safety could not get there quick enough on the inside, and Mettenberger put the ball exactly where it needed to go.
Remind you of anything? They had 3rd and 22 in Georgia.
Wow.
And here they had 3rd and 17.
They look forward to it now.
Yeah, that's right. Jeremy Hill keeps it on the ground. Michael Taylor, after an 8-yard gain,
we
makes
show
the
all the fun stuff on the outside, but watch Elliott Porter inside, number 55. He's the center. He snaps the ball, and watch him manhandle up front. Just stones his guy down. Good blocks around the field. Again, you just don't replace a Dominic easily by being emotional on the sidelines.
Oops. That's Darius Cummings now.
Defense 55, unevaded the quarterback. 5-yard penalty.
Will Muschamp in his 3rd season as the head coach. Spent time at the University of Texas, but kind of a special day for him to come back there, holding a reunion, or have held, of the 2003 LSU national champions. He was the defensive coordinator, and Damian Jacobs is back on the field for Florida. They give it to the fullback. He goes left. It's Copeland. Wow.
Right to the edge. He's going to have to come out of the game with losing his helmet. But you see the big blocking fullback. He goes 265, 270 pounds. Great block by Alexander, number 78 that time, to spring their fullback. And as LSU is poised to score, Vern, remember this Florida defense has held people 12 straight games to 20 or less. The last team to score more, we did that game. LSU, 2011, 41-11. It was right here.
Anthony Jennings is again in at quarterback sneak. And Jennings, that's his 5th run of the season. His first touchdown.
Well, Anthony Jennings is the designated sneaker on this one. I don't want to get Zach Mettenberger hit in the head. Let's let the backup guy do it.
So Anthony Jennings goes between his center and his left guard and scores rather easily. And LSU is going to tack on the extra point, or attempt to. Colby Delahousse, redshirt freshman who looks like he's all of 14. Got it. Well, the Tigers overcome a 3rd and 17. Nothing to it. You got Mettenberger at quarterback. Les Miles as the head coach. Tigers lead. Time call. 5:14 to go before the half. 14-3. Well, we began the day talking about the wide receivers against the Florida defensive backs.
And let's take a peek at that matchup. In bump and run, their best against Florida's best. Best against best. Beckham wins. Let's go to number 2, best against best. Landry wins. So let's try something different. Let's do a combo. 2-on-1. Beckham wins. That's been the story, but that's not been the full story, Vern. If you look at the mix, LSU has 30 plays. They've run the ball 21 times, thrown the ball 9. They're getting both the toughness and the finesse and excellence of LSU, run and pass.
James Hairston will kick off for the Tigers. Solomon Patton, number 83, is the return man for Florida. Sails through. That's an even 50 kickoffs, and Hairston now with 32 touchbacks. Geico halftime report coming up when we get to that spot. We'll go back to our New York studios for Tim, Spencer, Brian, and they'll get you caught up on all the things that have gone on in college football. Texas with a huge win today, and Georgia losing at home to Missouri.
Well, I think this is the biggest spot now that Tyler Murphy has been in since he took over that job. Remember, first quarter against Tennessee, 7-0, but now 14-3 on the road. What will he do? How will he respond?
Hands it off to Mac Brown on the first down and 10.
The last 2 Florida drives were 3 and outs.
Well, they do pick up 8 on the first down play. Murphy, as Tracy told you. Will Muschamp told us that he really, Jeff Driscoll had an appendicitis attack in training camp, and so Murphy got most of the reps, and they really felt comfortable with him because of his aggressiveness and his poise.
Here we go.
Oh, my. That is Ego Ferguson Jr.
It was all ego and a lot of 300 pounds with ego. And Ego Ferguson has been challenged. Anthony Johnson, defensive tackle, has been challenged. And they both made plays inside on that one. There they see them both.
So that brings up 3rd and 1. With 4:04 to go, first half.
Again, 8 offensive linemen in the game.
Handoff appears to have obtained the first down. Mac Brown with a carry. Lamine Barrow, number 18.
The counter back to the weak side. It's a staple in this Florida offense. Jalapeno pulls back. You put 5 linemen to the right, and then you pull back to the weak side. Jalapeno is the guy that does it almost every time on tape.
First down 10. Florida trailing by 14-3. Valdez Showers is in the lineup. He blocks as Murphy retreats, and a screen pass is knocked down by Daniil Hunter.
We've seen this play before. You talk to the coaches and they say Daniil Hunter will be a superstar as soon as he figures it all out. Well, he's figured out the block the pass. He's got that part down. Key part of the football game here for LSU, for Florida, Vern. You know, closing it on the half, we talk it all the time. Can they run out this half, put points on the board because they get the ball to start the second half?
Second down 10.
Do not want to hand the ball back to Zach Mettenberger in a 2-minute offense.
Draw play. Mac Brown. It'll be third down coming up. Daniil Hunter and Lamine Barrow, number 18. 3rd and 7. Brown trots over to the Florida bench.
I think you could safely say that this is the biggest play in Tyler Murphy's career at Florida. You can't hide your quarterback in this league.
5 wides, empty backfield. Jonathan Harrison is the center. LSU has 3 down. They bring 4. Murphy steps up under pressure. Comes to the outside, fires, he's got a first down as Solomon Patton works his way free.
You know what he's got, Vern, when I watch him in the pocket? Boxer's feet. He kind of keeps his stance wide and just kind of pounces in there. He really never gets his feet tangled, keeps his eyes downfield. Instead of running and flushing like a young running quarterback, he does it, goes through the whole play. A big answer by the Florida quarterback.
That is a gain of 19, first down 10, and the ball at the 42-yard line. LaTroy Pittman is in the slot now. First action he's had this year. Here's the toss. Joyer leading the way around the left side. And that's down to the 37-yard line. Matt Jones on the bench with a knee, so it's Mac Brown getting the majority of carries. But Kelvin Taylor was in there for a couple of plays. Now Showers. And it's second down and 5 with 1:48 to go in the half.
Where has Trey Burton been? Very quiet. Big playmaker.
Murphy play action. Drills it. Almost intercepted.
He missed him. Had him wide open.
Yep.
Zach Mettenberger missed one early in the game. This is the first big miss on a wide open receiver. If you put it at his face, that's an easy catch. Too high, and he's lucky he didn't get it intercepted by Lawson that time.
Quentin Dunbar, the intended receiver. Craig Lawson just did miss the interception.
Last time the Chief, John Chavis, played secondary, played zone, played it safe. Let's see if he comes back with the 6-man rush when they got the sack before.
3rd and 5.
They come.
Murphy under pressure, fires it, almost picked off. Tre'Davious White almost, and he might have had a pick 6.
A lot of pressure. Again, not a very accurate throw this time by Murphy. He was under siege. He rocks up into the pocket, and you could tell somebody had him wrapped around his waist, and it didn't get a good throw out of it.
That was Jamarie Rasco who had him almost wrapped up.
And as we said about in Georgia, pressure can cause the quarterback to make bad throws.
4th down and 5 from the 37. And again, you think about the... Oh, it's a pooch punt. How about that? What a great play if they stop it, and they do.
Wow. Great,
football in the
play.
60s.
Well, there you go. It's exactly right.
haven't seen a pooch punt, a quick kick in years.
Well, and what it does, even though that with LSU, not a lot of, remember they used the timeout already in this half, it really forces, I think, Zach Mettenberger out of trying to score points. Oh, beauty. Missed a couple passes, but he didn't miss the pooch. Remember, you can't play it too safe if you're LSU, because Florida has 3 timeouts. They could force another punt.
Well, that was Mac Herndon, number 37, who was down under it. And here is Tyler Murphy showing another skill set that he has. And it's Jennings in at quarterback.
Florida will take an immediate timeout after this.
There's the quarterback sneak.
Yep.
Timeout. They've got 2 left. Well, the clock's still running. Now, finally, it stops.
They will put time back on the clock.
I would think. Clock shows 1:06. Perhaps they will not. So Florida has 2 timeouts remaining, trailing by 11.
The last play again, when Muschamp will call timeout, the game clock was at 1:10. It ran down to 1:06. Let's see if the official puts the time back on the clock. And I believe they did. It is back at 1:10. We will adjust it as well. Every second counts at the end of the half or the game.
Mettenberger's back in at quarterback. Florida with 2 timeouts left. And they'll keep it on the ground. There's the stop. Now the timeout. That's Kenny Hilliard with the carry.
Oh, so close on this one that Will said had second thoughts. See, he wanted another stop, a real close stop. The respect for Zach Mettenberger and those receivers when it got the first down play, no way, he didn't do it.
Nope. And a first down obtained on the run.
Odell Beckham is signaling timeout. Come on, throw me the ball. Let me go deep.
Now they will keep it on the ball. Here's on the ground, rather. Here's Hilliard on 1st and 10. And we asked you the Aflac trivia question earlier. Pretty good one. Baylor has scored 70-plus in 3 straight. The only major college team to score 70-plus in 4 straight. My great-grandfather remembers this. Yale in 1986.
No, 1880.
I'm sorry.
1886.
Thank you. That's a mid-course correction. Well, the Yale Bulldogs started playing in 1869. Wonder who the offensive coordinator was on that team. Let's go down to Tracy, who is with Will Muschamp.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Down 14-3 in this hostile environment. What does Tyler Murphy need to do to get the ball going a little bit?
We got to play better around Tyler. He's doing fine. We got to have better protection. We need to find a way to run the ball a little bit better. But he's creating some plays for us.
This came in. It was your secondary, their receivers. How do you like how you've held up so far?
Well, no, 3rd and 17 was a killer. It should be a 7-3 ball game right now.
How about those penalties?
Well, we just got to eliminate. It's 50-50 ball. Our guys are playing hard.
Appreciate it. Vern?
All right, Trace. That is the end of the first half with our score 14-3 Tigers. Now let's go to Tim Brando in our New York studio.
All right, Vern. Come.
And he breaks it into the end zone for the score. Chased out of the pocket, and he is going to go down back at the 18-yard line. And he plows ahead and into the end zone for the touchdown.
So as we get set for the start of the 3rd quarter, it's 14-3 LSU. Moments ago, Tracy with Les Miles.
Coach, that you've been able to be extremely balanced in that first half. How has that helped your success here against this Florida defense?
Well, that's our offense too. You know, we want to run the football. It appears to us it's a little bit more downhill at them, and if they have to step up and stop the rush, we feel like we'll be able to throw the football. So that's still the plan.
You told me your defense needed to play consistent to carry over from last week. How impressive you've been by their opportunity
This
today?
is what we'd expect. We make it harder on them to run the football, put them in, you know, definable long yardage situations and rush the passer. That's what we've done.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
And so we get set for the start of the third. Remember that Florida won the toss, deferred the option till the second half, and so LSU will kick off. It'll be James Hairston, who has boomed his kickoffs throughout the year, and the deep man for the Gators, Solomon Patton, number 83.
They don't look too tight running down on the kickoff, do they?
No. That one goes right and is returnable at the goal line. Here's Patton. Nice move. Finally shoved out of bounds, but a very, very effective return by the Gators. So they go on offense. They just haven't been able to get a whole lot of confidence.
Well, one of the reasons is because they haven't had a chance to. I mean, we came in this week, all we heard about, Les Miles, the new Les Miles. They're throwing the ball all over the field. 33 plays were run by LSU in the first half. 24 of them were rush attempts. Now, the yardage was pretty even, but not the plays. They kind of went back to LSU-style football, be rough and tough, as Les told Tracy, get them in long yardage situations, and finally, the LSU defensive line has showed up to play.
First down and 10 at the 34-yard line. This is Mac Brown going right and double-teamed and banged out of bounds. Corey Thompson was the first one there. And Gary, first half trends.
Well, you know, the whole country was talking about Cam Cameron and you know what he's doing for Zach Mettenberger, and now Zach's going to throw the ball 63 times, 9 throws. Okay, 4 for 9 by Tyler Murphy, but you know they only had 28 plays in the first half, so they just didn't have the ball. And the biggest difference to me is there's more talent at wide receiver for LSU than there is at Florida.
Mac Brown gets his second consecutive carry, and that's out near the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Corey Thompson with the stop. First drive took 14 plays. They got a field goal out of it. And the last 3, there were a couple of 3-and-outs in there.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, as the graphic just showed, you know, I mean, 60 yards in the first drive and nothing since.
And a first down 10 now for Florida.
Big miss on that bootleg pass by Murphy at the end of the half. They would at least got 3 points.
Up the middle for Florida, Mac Brown. Lamine Barrow, number 18. And we have told the story many times in the last 11 years about number 18.
Vern, again, remember we showed Trey Burton open on that play-action pass. Nothing from Trey Burton. They're really surprised by that. He's one of their playmakers. Dunbar, basically nothing. You know, I mean, it's not enough use of the wide receiver weapons.
Well, there's Burton. He is the slot receiver. He's a big guy at 6'2". Jalen Mills, number 28, is defending him. This is a little swing pass out of the backfield.
Nice run down there by Barrow.
And Valdez Showers with the catch of the pass.
I mean, Barrow runs this down. It's one-on-one. You got to make the play. And Showers doesn't make a miss, and Barrow makes the tackle with that number 18 on his back.
Well, that tradition of wearing number 18 started in 2003. The guy who wore 18 then, the quarterback Matt Mock, who was here. And to honor his leadership in subsequent years, been the coaches who have decided who will wear number 18 this year. It's Lamine Barrow. 3rd and 5. Got him, but he didn't get him for much.
Yeah, how about that? That's great defense. DJ Welter that time forced that pass underneath. The zone defense for LSU gave Burton nowhere to go for that football. He dropped it off. The linebacker forced the throw there and then wrapped him up. You don't have to take somebody's head off. Just wrap them up and force the punt.
And that brings on Kyle Christie again. He will punt away to Odell Beckham.
Let's see if he can get off a punt and force some poor field position for LSU. He did. Maybe too good.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
It was.
He kind of half pooched that one. Maybe that's the stroke. Take a little bit off that swing.
You'd know more about that than I would. I talk about
I'll take your other job anytime you want. Turn it on.
14-3 LSU, and they do have the football at the 20. Now Red Lobster presents today's scholar athlete. It's Seth Fruget, the holder for LSU, GPA of 3.7, majoring in nutritional science. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future is shown today by donating $1,000 to LSU's General Scholarship Fund. 14-3, 11:41. And Mettenberger, who has thrown, as Gary pointed out at the half, only 9 times so far today. Here's Jarvis Landry in motion to the near side. Mettenberger to the back, out of the backfield. Jeremy Hill hurdles and is finally knocked out of bounds. Looks like a member of the track team there for a moment.
See what happens when you can run the ball. When you can run the ball, you can slide your guy out. This time the tailback, just an easy little throw, and Hill takes it down the sideline for a big play.
Nice block by the wide receiver Jarvis Landry downfield. And off to Hill. That's Connor Neighbors, the fullback. I'll take a look at the high hurdle on that last pass play. There's
Very
Landry.
interesting. You fake it to the tailback, then you give it to the tailback, and that's what he can do. Great athlete, running back for LSU.
2nd down and 8.
Coming into this game, DJ Durkin and Will Muschamp said our defense has to make a few big plays. Where will a big play come from this Florida defense? They've had 1 turnover, but it was a gift.
And this is the 2nd-ranked defense in the country.
Oh, he had the tight end right down the middle of the field.
But he goes to Jarvis Landry.
I bet Cam Cameron went crazy on this one. Dylan Gordon was right down the middle. Watch this open area that Gordon's going to go into. Misread that time. 2 deep safeties. Nobody covered. That would have been a touchdown. No one, a total bust by the Florida defense. They played combo on both sides, and nobody covered the tight end. That's like Zach going, well, if you can't play the defense right, I don't know who to throw the ball to. Because obviously Florida should have had somebody cover that guy.
3rd down and 4 from the 44. Incomplete. 4th down.
Interesting part of the field right here now. You know, Florida is struggling on offense. I would assume a punt. You don't want to give Florida and Murphy any chance to get out from under this defense. Field position still is a big part of football.
So Jamie Keene comes on to punt on 4th down 4, and Marcus Roberson is camped at the 10-yard line.
Last time we were here, remember we had that fake punt by Brad Wing for a touchdown?
Yeah, they got, what was it?
Penalty, yeah. Florida played safe right there. They were looking for a fake.
Yeah, Wing was called for celebration.
Taunting, right? Or
Taunting.
Taunting. Yep.
He was number 38. He was from Australia. Still is. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. The Home Depot. Progressive. And by the Ford F-150. We're starting field position now for Florida, and this LSU defense under John Chavis. They've had a rough start to the season, but he told us yesterday he could see them beginning to turn.
Well, young football players, listen, they've had to get in a lot of new players with all those guys that went to the NFL, and you can see it starting to come. He said, we got good players. They just got to learn to play. Great plays on the front by Hunter and Ferguson, controlling that line of scrimmage. Listen to this, Vern. LSU in the first 5.5 games, you know, that's 4 quarters, that's 22 quarters. They gave up 17 touchdowns. The last 4 quarters, field goals. 1 field goal, 1 field goal. Perhaps it's been turned. Just to give you some perspective, in 2011 with that great defense, they only gave up 16 touchdowns in 14 games. Wow. They've given up 17 touchdowns already.
Here's Tyler Murphy rolling right.
LSU continues to force Florida to take the easy throw and the short throw.
Especially the short throw.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. That's Dunbar with the catch. 1 yard gain, 2nd down 9.
Yeah, that's a completed pass with in practice when you have one of those 7-on-7 drills and you complete the pass, it's for 1 yard. The defense congratulates themselves.
Murphy is 7 of 12, but for only 43 yards. 2nd down 9. He keeps it. And shows a little elusiveness out in the 16-yard line.
And, I could hear a lot of Gator fans saying, why don't they let Murphy run more of this, read keep? Now, remember, they don't have much behind him. I mean, he's the backup quarterback to begin with. Skyler Morningweek is the backup now. I think every time Murphy runs, Florida holds their breath a bit.
3rd down and 5. With 8:40 to go, 3rd quarter. 3 wides to the right side. Tight end is tight to the left. Again, the rollout to the right.
Got Burton finally.
Yes, and that's a 1st down.
Well, Trey Burton's lined up in the near slot that time. Run off the outside and break right behind him. Little combo, taking advantage of the combo coverage from LSU. Perfect call. Good execution for the 1st down.
And a 1st down 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's that heavy formation. 8 offensive linemen up here. Obviously 4 specialists in the back. 3 specialists in the back.
Kelvin Taylor goes right, gets a block. Highly touted freshman, true freshman out of Belgrade, Florida, and has not seen action until today for the last 2.5 weeks. 14-3, 7:49 to go. 3rd, it's 2nd down and 4 at the 28. That's Burton who starts in motion. And off. Left side. Taylor. Number 21. That will be another Florida 1st down.
Well, there was still some question whether Kelvin Taylor would try to get a medical hardship and get another 4 years of eligibility, but now pretty much see with the injury and the way they're using him, I think Taylor is going to be playing the rest of this season for Florida. They need a few more playmakers on this team. Patton's been quiet again, Dunbar quiet, Burton quiet. Tight end has been basically a non-performing receiver in this offense.
Taylor stays on the field. Again, Matt Jones, knee injury 1st half. So he's unable to go, and Murphy is hauled down by Anthony Johnson.
I'll tell you, that was good against good, Vern. John Halapio, longtime veteran for Florida, is going against Anthony Johnson. Anthony Johnson was challenged this week by John Chavis, saying you have to earn your playing time. I know you're a big-time recruit, and we've talked you up, but you have not been playing up to your abilities. Anthony Johnson got the message.
That's a loss of 9, a 2nd down and 19. 6:25 to go, 3rd quarter. 2nd sack of Murphy. 3 down, they bring 4, swing past Burton out in the wing. And motors Gators up into the Florida bench.
Got half of it. Successful play. Let's see if LSU brings 6. They've had success bringing 6 and forcing the quick throw or even sacking them.
They're down in 12. And even 6 minutes remaining in the third. They bring 5. Murphy will tuck it and run it. He needs 12.
I don't know if he got there. He's short.
He did not. Corey Thompson, number 12, chased him out of bounds. A couple of yards shy, maybe a full yard short of the first down.
You really have to punt this football, I think, if you're Florida right now. But not get to the sticks. Boy, giving LSU the ball right here inside the 50-yard line would be practically giving them points.
Now they send the special teams.
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, they're going to, looks like they're going to lease.
Oh, you're right.
For trying to draw off the snap, only 6 seconds left. Now with Will burning a timeout, he almost has to go for it. Took too long to make up his mind, and now he's almost made his bed.
Well, here's Will Muschamp.
He knew it.
Yeah. 4th and a long yard, which means slightly more than 3 feet.
Well, he's rolling the dice here, I believe. You know, he doesn't get it. He's going to tee it up for Mettenberger and that LSU offense. Maybe too many points to catch up.
Gators are 2 of 4 on 4th downs thus far this season. Mac Brown is now the deep back. They operate on the spread. Option. Mac Brown turns the corner. He has a first down, Florida.
Very well executed. Rolled the dice, had a play he liked, got to the Atlanta line of scrimmage, forced the pitch, and outran the defender. Brasco could not play the quarterback and the running back.
Right. So first down 10. Florida with 5:05 to go, third quarter. Mac Brown is the deep back. Solomon Patton comes in motion. They toss and go the other way. Not much of a block on the wing. Quan Alexander makes the tackle. Now let's go back to the studio for this Liberty Mutual update. Here's Tim.
All right, Vern, Gary, our thoughts about James Franklin turned out to be true. CBSSports.com senior college football columnist Bruce Feldman is reporting that James Franklin's shoulder is separated, will miss up to 6 weeks, effectively the rest of the regular season. Matty Mock will likely be the starter for next week's game against Florida at home at Missouri. Back to you.
All right, Tim, they've got Florida coming in next week, and then South Carolina the week after. Tough news for a Missouri team that won in Athens against Georgia today. On 2nd and 13, that one bounces off the knee of Solomon Patton. Well, 41-26, Missouri won that game in Athens over a wounded Georgia team. Florida, their one loss, of course, was on the road at Miami, so unblemished so far.
Well, you're not going to get Gary Pinkel in Missouri feeling sorry for Georgia after they had all the injuries a year ago in 2012.
Quite true. Third down and 13.
I'll tell you, for as many mistakes as the LSU secondary made a week ago when I watched them, they are right on. No mental mistakes.
4-man rush for the Tigers. Murphy. That catch is made, but it's far short. That's Ahmad Fullwood, number 5. Only his second catch of the season.
There's no real secret here. When LSU was playing great defenses for all those years, first of all, you had skilled players knowing what they do and cover guys. Watch the coverage in the secondary. Find a guy, cover him. Everybody Brady is with the guy. Oh, one turnoff there, but the reason he couldn't hit him because of the pressure.
Kyle Christie. Odell Beckham is back, and this again goes into the end zone. So the net punt, not that much. Three and a half to go. Anthony Johnson got the sack on the previous series. Now the LSU offense takes the field. Doubleheader for you. SEC on CBS next Saturday at 12 noon. Georgia will be at Vanderbilt. And then at 3:30, our crew moves into College Station for the second time this week. Auburn, with only one defeat this season, takes on the Aggies, whose only loss was against Alabama. 3.5 to go, third quarter.
The Aggies are huge LSU fans. They want LSU to win all those games until they get a shot at it.
Yes, and they will on November 23rd. And all of those games, of course, includes a certain date in Tuscaloosa. 14-3. Here's Mettenberger. Quick setup. Goes in the air. That one hopped at the ground.
Yeah, nice back shoulder throw. Just a little bit too far to the back shoulder. Actually, on that one, it was the back foot. It doesn't work as good when it's at the back foot.
No. Even I could figure that out.
Odell Beckham had that big fumble last year in the game. He had a drop pass at the end of the game. He's wanting to have a big one. I think he's off to a good start.
Terrence McGee goes left.
Got a flag on the play.
Well, last year, Odell Beckham had a big fumble, Gary.
He did. This was the thing that really broke it. It was a 3-point game at this time. 6 points, 6-0. And then that fumble turned it in where Beckham fumbles it. Big drive afterwards, and then the last real drive of the game for a first down throw, Odell drops a pass.
Well, we chatted with him yesterday.
Holding, offense number 80. 10-yard penalty to respond to the foul. Repeat second down.
That's Jarvis Landry. And Beckham, we talked with Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham, and he was asked the low point of his career at LSU. He said losing to Alabama in the BCS game, and then that game against Florida last week. 2nd and 17 after the holding call. McGee still the running back. Copeland is the fullback.
And you got to hand it to the Florida linebackers and front group of linemen. You know, they've had the ball run on them today, but they never back up. They keep moving. You know, they don't have their great player there easily. Bullard has moved inside to make plays. The linebackers, Morrison making plays. They compete in the run game, I'll tell you that.
So 3rd down and 12 now, and you see Florida's 3rd down conversions, and LSU 4 of 6 at the 18-yard line. Mettenberger pressured from the backside, fires it out incomplete, and LSU will give it up.
It was pressure inside. It looked like one of the linebackers, somebody leaped high and forced Mettenberger out of the pocket. Was it Dante Fowler that forced him out?
I think it was, yes, Gary.
Watch Fowler come inside and leap up.
Oh, my goodness.
Gets blocked a bit on the play by Terrence McGee, but that really forced Mettenberger out of the pocket. Oh, bad punt.
Yes, it was. Roberson comes over, and he's a long way away from it, so it will bounce out of bounds at the 49-yard line. 34-yard punt, nothing on the return, nothing necessary. Tomorrow on 60 Minutes, a 15-year-old boy who may have come up with a cancer breakthrough, plus one of the great untold human rescue stories of the 20th century on 60 Minutes tomorrow. Only CBS.
Tyler Murphy is 10 for 16, hasn't made any big mistakes. I still don't think Florida needs to open it up yet or anything. I just think they can play their own style of football. Plenty of time left in this game.
And really good field position now. Gideon Ajobi is the fullback, and he leads the way. There's Kelvin Taylor, who's getting extensive play here. And how about the pressure on Murphy
Well,
today?
this is the biggest defense that Tyler Murphy's faced all year, and you can see that different guys are making plays. That time it was Quentin Thomas, number 95, Miguel Eugene on a blitz, the Freak Johnson, kind of calling him a freak again after he gets a sack.
Right.
This looks more like that LSU defense that we're used to watching.
2nd down and 5. 1:40 to go, 3rd quarter. It's still 14-3. That's where we were at the half. Here goes Taylor going right, cuts it back. And he's picked up another Florida 1st down at the 35-yard line. See if they spot it there or the 36. Well, his father, Fred Taylor, one of the great backs in Florida, and then had the extensive NFL career, a 97 All-American, 3,000 rushing yards, and 13 years in the National Football League.
13 years is a good number. I know somebody that had 13 years.
You do now. Yeah, I wonder. I don't think there was anybody else in this booth. 1st and 10. Reverse, Solomon Patton. He ran this play 7 times
Too aggressive.
last year.
Going to get a holding penalty.
Ajobi, the fullback. And that's going to wipe out a very large gain.
Just a little too much.
Holding, offense 25, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, repeat 1st down.
There's the hold.
Yeah, pretty easy call. You know, this game, this matchup for Will Muschamp, Vern, really is the game. I mean, it's produced a turning point for Will Muschamp's seasons. In 2011, when they lost here, they went 0 for October, 0 for 4. And in 2012, that key win against LSU, remember, on their way to 11-1 season.
Yep.
This is the game.
Well, that graphic is incorrect. It said 1st and 99. I've never seen one. It's 1st and 20. Kelvin Taylor again.
That was a big answer, but you know, penalties, even though Tracy asked Will and Will kind of shook off Tracy, I think penalties have been a big story in this game. In the first half, Florida gave LSU 4 penalties for 1st downs. And there was another penalty on a 1st down, so now can they survive this drive?
2nd down, 7. 4 wides, 2 on either side. They take the draw, fire the ball over the middle.
Wow, nice play. Best throw of the day by Murphy. Had to fit it in tightly, and Dunbar made the catch. Draw him in, hit it right behind there. Good pitch and catch. Austin could not quite get there soon enough.
Needed 7, got 9. That's a smile on the head coach's face. That's the end of 3, 14-3. Back in Baton Rouge after this word from your local station. And so we begin the 4th quarter here at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge with the same score that we went into the halftime break. 14-3 LSU. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson, and our entire crew. First down 10. Kelvin Taylor still the running back. Comes right, breaks a little bit of a tackle.
A big run.
Puts his shoulder down, and he, of course, getting extensive playing time because of the injury to Matt Jones. But I think the story, Gary, of that 3rd quarter was maybe Florida's defense.
I think so. You remember coming into this game, the Florida players were saying LSU's not going to do that to us. Now, some of it is play calling, but in that 3rd quarter, LSU only ran 8 plays. They only had 44 yards in that 3rd quarter, and the Florida defense answered and made this a football game. And now, Will goes for it on 4th down, doesn't really finish off the drive, but gets the ball back with a bad punt, and he's back in scoring position.
At the 16, this is Taylor again. Right side for a couple of yards. DJ Welter, the middle linebacker, number 31, with the stop. This is the first time the Gators offense has been in the red zone today.
And you know, we were talking about how LSU controlled the ball in the first half. Now Florida has run more plays than LSU.
Muschamp. Now, we've talked a lot about today. We're going to bring the chain out. This
two real fiery coaches.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that reunion, that's how much they need for the first. Muschamp was the defensive coordinator. The only loss that year for the eventual national champions was to Florida here. And there's Chris Leak, quarterback. Just a terrific young man.
Of that game.
Yeah.
You know what else is switching to Florida? Time of possession is tilting very strongly. Over 10 minutes more possession now for Florida, much like last year's game.
3rd down 1. Taylor still the tailback. Murphy comes up.
This
quarterback sneak. That is going to be close. There's the right foot spot. And a flag is thrown.
Yes. I wonder if it's ripping the helmet off of the quarterback.
Well, take a look at Jermarie Rasco, number 59. There you go.
Yeah, he pulled the helmet off.
Yes, he did.
He might get called for that.
Foul, face mask, 59 defense. Ripped the quarterback's helmet off and he's going to the ground. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Easy call. Just being a little bit too much macho on that play. Unnecessary, and he cost this team.
And so the first down is just inside the 7-yard line.
And of course, because it was pulled off, Murphy will be able to stay in the game.
Right. Tyler Murphy getting his 3rd start of the season after replacing Jeff Driscoll, who was injured in the first quarter of ultimately a win against Tennessee at home. It'll be Taylor again. Man at the line and driven back by Lamine Barrow, number 18.
Just a staple of Florida's offense. You put the extra lineman to one side, overload, and then you run back the other way. LSU, and Barrow was ready for it. Nobody touched him.
That's actually a loss of 1. Solomon Patton on the reverse. Lost another couple.
Brent Peace trying to steal one here. Both coaches have dialed up one trick play in this game. Neither one has worked.
And it was Daniil Hunter. How about that? Third and goal. Patton, top of the screen. Take the reverse, Jermarie Rasco, and Murphy threw it up. My goodness. And another flag is down.
I think Rasco might have got a penalty on him for roughing the passer. He saved the touchdown, or is it grounding?
There's no foul for intentional grounding. Number 87 was in the vicinity.
Yeah, the crossing route, well, I was saying it saved the touchdown because I did see Westbrook coming across. So the umpire, there's who he's going to try to throw the ball to, coming across late. Watch this. Rasco saves the play, blocks down, and then frees late. Murphy tries to get him the ball. If that sack hadn't occurred, that would have been a touchdown.
Yep. So the field goal now from Frankie Velez from 27 yards out, and he kicks his 2nd field goal ever for the Gators. Redshirt junior is 2 for 2, and how ironic the score right now, 14-6.
Sounds familiar.
Only last year the Gators had the 14.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
All right, this might be the easiest path we've had to travel this year. Here's Velez, 44-yard field goal, his first attempt ever for Florida. Copeland a yard out. That was reviewed and ruled a touchdown. The initial ruling was a touchdown. Anthony Jennings for 1 yard. That made it 14-3. And then a moment ago, Velez from 27. So we stand at 14-6. LSU leading. Chris Leak and Tyler Murphy having a conversation. Leak, one of the most highly regarded quarterbacks ever out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Very similar personalities, by the way.
Yes, you're absolutely right. They certainly are. And here's Murphy getting a chance. He had played in 3 games prior to this year. He'd never thrown a pass.
Well, just to give you an idea what Florida's up against, the biggest deficit Will Muschamp has overcome is 7 points. A double-digit deficit for Florida at halftime, that has not been overcome by a Florida team since 1966. They were down double digits at halftime.
Guess who the quarterback was on that team?
1966 is the last time they measured it.
The old ball coach.
Well, that's the last time they even knew about it. And it's been 2003 since they've come behind in double digits in the fourth quarter. Everything is going against Florida.
No wonder you don't go to dinner with us on Friday night. Let's go down to Tracy.
It is Super Social Saturday, guys, on CBS. So make sure that you tweet using the hashtag CBS Super Social. I will be tweeting throughout the game as I have in the first half, and I will continue through this fourth quarter as well. So make sure to follow me throughout the game. It is CBS Super Social Saturday on CBS, guys.
Tracy, of course, I understand all of that. And my brother Dan, as you know, is one of your followers. 14-6, 12-11 to go in the ball game. Jeremy Hill will get the handoff. Comes to his left, circles around the edge, and is popped out of bounds by Jabari Gorman, number 21.
Well, Florida got their 8th man up late on this play. LSU ran right into the 8th man, coming up from the secondary and got outside of it. In a way, you have to admire the patience of LSU to continue to run the ball. Remember, it's a one-possession game now. But if they lose this game, there are going to be a lot of people saying, really? Really?
Yes.
That's the life of a head coach.
First down 10, 14-6. Ball at the 36. Play action. Mettenberger, pressure from the corner. Good block. And it's dropped. That's Jarvis Landry. That was right in his hands. Yes, it was.
Cam Cameron told us that he instructs the quarterbacks to throw the ball at the chin or face mask level. Look where that is. Stretch out. He says the strongest point for a receiver is when their hands are in front of them, when they can see their hands and the football. He still dropped it.
Mettenberger has missed his last 4. It's second down and 10. Both receivers to the right side. Landry, Beckham. Modest fake, and that one's perfect. Jarvis Landry. Well, he dropped the previous one, and Mettenberger.
A little limping.
Antonio Morrison hit him.
Vern, Jarvis Landry worked on his ball catching so much in the offseason. He used to go to the facility late at night, catch balls from the jug machine with his girlfriend. He called it a date. I admire this guy. That's the cheapest date I've ever heard of. I really do. I wish I would have known that was a legal date.
Christy is shaking her head right now.
She knows she went out on many of those.
Oh, goodness. 11 to go. Blitz threatened. Hill steps out of a potential tackle. And Mettenberger limping.
Still limping.
Antonio Morrison, there it was. You see he's got the brace on the bad knee anyway. Second down 3. Ball at the 45 of Florida. 14-6, 10-27 to go. Settled inside the 20. He thought, I think, he was gone.
You can't block it any better than this. I'll tell you, everybody on the play gets their block. Lyle Collins, number 70, and Alexander do a great job. You got the fullback matching up. Everybody does their job, and Vernon Hargrave saved the touchdown.
Yep. It's a gain of 26, though, and a first down. And Hill now 15 carries for 102 yards.
That's Les Miles running the old Bo offense right there. Fullback downhill, get to the second level, find somebody to hit.
And the handoff goes to Hilliard from the fullback position, and that's Bo as in Schembechler. We've talked before about that group. Les Miles, old lineman at Michigan, and Cam Cameron, fellow coaches there. Morrison, last man up from Florida, and
you know, and I think if you're LSU, obviously their game plan was that LSU is, Florida is very quick. Their linebackers are smallish in size, very active. We're going to run at them. He challenged, I bet he told his football team all week, if we're going to win this game, we're going to take it to them.
14-6, second down and 7. Beckham Jr. comes in and heads immediately over to the right side. Landry is the inside receiver. Let's keep it on the ground again. Here comes Hill. Running.
Yeah, he lost his patience that time. He would have been better hitting that one up inside. See, that's where that speed of that Florida defense, they're really tough to run around. As you follow his eyes inside, he should have just taken that baby upside into the middle, taken 2 or 3 yards, and been happy with it.
Nahron Ball was the first one there. Jabari Gorman was number 2, and it's 3rd and 4.
See if Florida put some pressure on this time. Man-to-man inside technique right there. That's a sign that they're going to blitz.
Alfred Blue is the running back.
Hargrave's definitely inside.
Here's Mettenberger, takes off on him. And it's too high for Landry, shoved out of bounds. Hargrave's defending.
I'll tell you, great job of disguising on this play. Hargraves was inside. You know, Mettenberger and Landry thought they could get the flag to the outside of the field, and Hargraves knew where he was weak and took the play. What a great job by a young football player.
4th down and 4.
That's how you make a name for yourself. When you go up against future NFLers and do that, people notice.
Colby Delahousse, who is perfect on field goal attempts this year. He's 7 of 7. This will be from 31. Seth Fougier is the holder. And make it 8 for 8 for Delahousse. Watch the effort defensively here. Landry trying to get it, but Hargrave's right there. Will Muschamp. Landry with a bit of a grin. Reese's. And by AT&T. 17-6 the score. And Delahousse with the field goal. That's his 8th consecutive this year. Redshirt freshman. And that is a new LSU record. Told you he looks like he's 14.
He's got a little growth there on the chin, though.
Yeah.
But I knew guys when I was 14 that had that, too. I was very jealous at that time, by the way.
Oh, goodness. Hairston to kick off.
Well, it's more than a one-possession game, so Florida's going to have to now not hurry, but not go slow.
Patton. Out to the 25. Tomorrow's an NFL Today road trip. Boomer Esiason, Bill Cowher, and Shannon Sharp leave the studio and enter the announce booth as analysts covering one of their former teams, while JB and Dan Marino man the controls in New York. The guys hit the road tomorrow for an NFL Today road trip presented by Southwest Airlines. You like the cartoon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Ask and ye shall receive.
Well, that's not quite what I had in mind. Where's my big chin and everything like that? Oh, goodness.
Here's the handoff to Mac Brown. He goes right. And now, what exactly about
I wanted
the caricature?
I wanted a little more right in here, that little strength right there, I've got a caricature at home. I'll email it to you guys next week, okay? We'll use that one next week.
All right.
Pretty good at fast, though. That was... It's not fair, I'm telling you.
Murphy in jail.
Oh, what a play. At least avoid the sack.
Exactly. Right at the feet. Micah Eugene thought he had one.
Vern, as we watch this replay, Eugene gets in there and forces the play at the end of it, too. Rasco had one hand on him. Remember, John Chavis telling us, I'm not used to seeing that ball going over our heads here. Well, the longest completion of the day is 19 yards. No big plays given up in that secondary for LSU.
3rd down and 10. 7:26 to go. Four-man rush.
Watch out.
Oh, my goodness. He got rid of it, and Patton has it. It's out to the 31.
But it went to the guy the LSU defense wanted him to throw it to.
Tre'Davious White, number 16, with the tackle.
When you're playing zone defense, you make the drop, you force it underneath. At the end of it, Corey Thompson was the guy that wrapped him up, was it?
Yes.
Great defense by LSU.
And it was Micah Eugene with the blitz. Now Odell Beckham Jr. would like to return one. Ford has not allowed much in punt returns. Christie, fake, goes left, got him!
LSU was playing safe on the play, too. They were ready for it.
It's the linebacker, Nayron Ball.
Right here, he's an end man of the line of scrimmage. He's not covered by the wide receiver. Fakes it. Just over the... And Christie says, I may not be able to punt, but I'm still eligible for player of the game with that throw.
That's right. 1st down and 10 on the fake punt and the conversion. Now Murphy's got a man open. It's Dunbar. Shakes a tackle, and Florida's on the move. Well, they went for it on 4th down and 1 in the 3rd quarter and converted. And now on 4th down, it's a 14-yard completion to pick up the first.
That was the biggest pass play for Florida with yards.
1st down and 10. Again, a 4-man LSU rush. And this is DeMarcus Robinson, the other number 11. Just love the fact that they have matching numbers.
Well, I just wanted to show you. Watch. The LSU bench was warning Beckham, watch for the fake. And he was going, what do you want? What do you want? I'm surprised that Les didn't call a timeout and ensure the play. He smelled something, but they weren't aligned properly.
2nd down and 4 at the 30. 3 wide receivers near side.
Yep.
That one hits Burton in the back.
Bust. Yep, little miscommunication. Part of the game. See Murphy point to himself. He misread it. Modern day passing. Both the quarterback and the receiver have to see the same thing. Murphy thought it was going to be a quick hit. Guy off the slot came. It was a zone. I think Murphy was wrong. Burton was right.
4th and 4. 3rd and 4. 3rd down. Not 4th. 3rd down. Thank you. Oh, motion left. That was DJ Humphries, the left tackle who moved.
Start of the snap, full stop, 70 offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Left tackle Humphries, as Vern told you, is going to move just a little bit before the snap. Gets called. Now remember, I think from this distance, you got to wonder whether Muschamp will run it 4 downs for a first down or try to kick the field goal. If they don't, of course, get the first down.
Right. 3rd and 9 after the penalty. The ball at the 35-yard line.
Right now it would be 52 yards.
Yes. Murphy. Again, with time, it's tipped incomplete. Now the decision for Muschamp. Ego Ferguson got his hand up and knocked the ball down.
I think you almost got to go for it here, don't you? You can't kick a field. That's a long field goal.
Yeah, Austin Harden's longest is 33.
Right.
Velez hit one of 44 earlier in this game, and they will go for it on 4th down and 9. 5:22 to go. Burton and Patton wide to the left, 2 other receivers wide right. LSU brings 4. Murphy got him at the 21. Ahmad Fullwood, a freshman. 2nd catch of the game, 3rd of the year.
Fullwood was a wide receiver. He's just a freshman. Right there, the old square in. First pass you put in. Cut in beside, gets the zone defense. Perfect throw. Great protection that time by that offensive line for Florida.
1st down and 10. Murphy. That's a miscommunication too. Robinson. And again, it was Micah Eugene with the pressure.
Remember, DeMarcus Robinson, Ahmad Fullwood, very young, talented receivers. Still learning all the breakoffs and the reads.
2nd and 10. Bunch formation right side. LSU again brings 4. Murphy goes into the end zone. He's got a man open and overthrows it. It was Dunbar who had a step on Lawson.
I think he ran to the right guy, obviously. Safety on the receiver. Lawson comes over late. Murphy notices, knows he's going to have Dunbar on a safety, just leads him out of the end zone. Another one he'd want to have back. That's really only 2 throws that I think he's really missed in this football game.
And it brings up a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Humphries moving on the left side. That's 2 in this possession.
You know, I think the tap by the guard is throwing him off. Max Garcia taps the center to signify the start of the snap, the silent count. When a tap goes right there, you can see he's ready to go. That's twice out of his peripheral vision. He's seen the tap and just gone.
And it's 3rd and 15 after the penalty marked off against Humphries. Patton is the wideout. Dunbar is the slot receiver. Trey Burton, rather. And again, it's 4. Coming, they got him. No, they don't. Now they do. Jalen Mills, number 28, finally got there.
I think Jordan Allen forced the play, though. Number 98. Could the LSU defensive line make the plays they couldn't do against Georgia? I think end man on the line of scrimmage. Unblocked, a total bust. How about that? DJ Humphries has 2 key penalties and then a bust.
4th and 27.
Too far to kick a field goal.
Murphy hit from behind. That is a fumble. Scramble. It's a moot point, really. The ball was going to go over at any rate. Kendall Beckwith hit Murphy.
I think Jordan Allen's down on the play, though. Number 98, I believe it is. It is. Jordan Allen reached out for the football, and it looked like something gave way on his left leg. Knee, Achilles, ankle. Watch him reach, and then he grabs his left leg.
Well, Will Muschamp and Tyler Murphy. That might be ball game. All right, Tim, thank you. And don't forget, later in the game, the play of the game, presented by Napa Auto Parts. Ball goes over. LSU has it at the 45-yard line. A tough series of plays by DJ Humphries.
It was. He had 2 penalties and then a busted assignment. Somebody has to block the defensive end. But the story of Florida's defense, I mean, you know, they've done their job in this football game.
Now Neighbors goes into the backfield to protect Jeremy Hill. And Jeremy Hill, who's over 100 yards again, adds to his total on this play. Look at him hold on to the ball.
Right now, ball possession by your running backs is number 1. And then when you run with power, get what you can get, but the football means more than the yards. Vern, you know if this score holds for Will Muschamp, it'll be the 4th time in his career at Florida that they've lost by holding the other team to 17 points. At Auburn, at South Carolina, Georgia in 2012, and then today. 4 losses where his defense held the opposing team to under 20 points.
And they did that, or have done that thus far, in Tiger Stadium. Now they're going to list this game as a sellout. They'll announce the crowd at 92,000. I promise you this: we've had thousands of empty seats all day long. LSU Tiger fans love their football on Saturday night in Death Valley. They've proven it today.
This is Florida. This will be a little scary, I think.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a little bit of a beginning of a problem for college football. People not coming to football games even though the seats are purchased.
Jeremy Hill, the tailback, gets another carry. Well, oh, look at this. There's a couple of swings and oh, look at that.
And no one's going to do anything now.
My gosh. Guy thinks he's in Duck Dynasty. Well, DJ Humphries had that unfortunate series of plays.
Right, he had after the tap. See that tap by the left guard.
That's one. Max Garcia.
Then
There's
the second one. And then finally, he gets off on the snap, gets off and forgets to block his guy, and finishes up with the sack.
Now he'll get on that charter flight back to Gainesville, close his eyes, and have nightmares. Hill
stays in bounds. Good job staying in bounds. Smart play by Hill. Well, remember this. Florida has some stuff in front of them. They still control their own destiny. But you wonder, do they have enough offense this year? You know, Missouri, at South Carolina, you got to bring a little more offense than they brought in this game. And obviously, LSU still in the thick of this thing.
LSU with the loss at Georgia, 44-41.
They still control their destiny.
Yes, indeed. That's Copeland, the fullback, and we've got 94 seconds to go. Will Muschamp's bunch.
You got to believe that Les Miles, and I got to give him credit. You know, as you look at Will, they're right there. Les Miles on the other side. He's got a hot quarterback. Everyone in the country is talking about Cam Cameron and Zach Meckberger. So what did he do? He put in the old offense he ran for the last 4 years.
Right. 37 rushes, Gary, 17 passes.
And I think it was a good strategy because of the undersized secondary and linebackers, not having Dominic Easley. He sold out on it, and he sold his team. The toughest team was going to win, and they were the tougher team.
Now this is the 37th carry on the ground. Flag thrown on Ronald Powell, number 7. And there's a player down between the 20 and 25. Getting a little chippy out there. Elliott Porter, the center. Look on the left side of the screen.
Yeah, they've got a 99 way down here, Greg Gilmore, but he's listed as a defensive player. Could be anybody, you know, am I right?
At this stage. Here's a mocking in the end zone with the Gator charge.
We have a dead ball, personal foul, number 7 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
That's on Ronald Powell, number 7.
Timeout, Florida. The second timeout of the half.
Florida takes timeout. LSU leads by 11. (17-6) LSU leading with a minute to go. Stay tuned for the Jeep post-game show on CBS Sports.
In that timeout, Les Miles was warning his players, we do not want to get in a fight at the end of this game and get thrown out for the next game. So whatever happens, control yourself. This game is over. We're going to take a knee anyway. Don't get involved in a fight.
And so Mettenberger is back out there. Gators have one timeout left.
Gator 14.
Landry back.
Yeah, taking a knee.
Yep.
Victory formation.
Again takes a knee.
And here again, the conversations continue. That was Leon Orr for Florida, number 44.
Amazing game. LSU only had 55 plays in this football game. And they controlled the game. They didn't have time of possession, but they controlled the game. Very odd game.
That's about 20 below average, isn't it?
At least. Yes.
Okay, take another knee. Will Muschamp has conceded. And that'll do it.
That takes a knee.
Mettenberger, modest numbers today. Wide receivers, modest numbers today. Jeremy Hill, anything but modest numbers today. He led the way. It was an old-fashioned ground game-oriented win for Les Miles, the old offensive lineman. He'll love me calling him old.
Well, and he served notice for the rest of the schedule that I have more than just receivers. I could still play LSU football.
And now it's time for the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. It was a third down sack as Florida seemed to be threatening. Here's Jim Hawthorne with the call.
There it is. And he is going to be missed by one player. Now he goes down way back at the 37, 38-yard line. Tigers brought the house, and Mills was the second guy that hit him and made the tackle.
And let's go down to Tracy, who is with Les Miles and Zach Mettenberger.
Well, Coach, let me start with you. Just a complete game. You get it from your defense once again now, and then your offense. Maybe not the passing game there, but you do it through the run game. How impressed were you with the way they played today?
Enjoyed it very much. Florida's a great team. They have great talent, and they're well prepared. Will does a great job. And these guys fought like hell. They were not coming away here today without victory.
And Zach, what can you say about where your team is right now at this point of the season?
I think all three phases we executed very well today, and I think if we continue to get better, we're going to be a very, very good team. Defense kind of helped us out today offensively, but I can assure you that we'll be better next week.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much, and congratulations.
And that'll final score 17-6. LSU wins it. Will return to Baton Rouge. in a moment.